It is currently 3:22 p.m. This is impossible light activity. There's a covered patio structure, so this is demonic. This is called stalking with light. And as I'm in operation of my communication device, the demon that's going to the mental asylum inside of the apartment is right on the opposite side of the wall, stalking in the path. Tracy Banks, license 9HUZ740. Also the demon that's directly above, stalking in the path, license 5WUB715 in unit number 55, are stalking while engineered light is coating a patio glass door. That is the shadow of trees that are at a distance while interfering with the operation of the television while I'm in operation of my devices in the supernatural environment. At the same time, while interfering with the television, while stalking with light under what is the fake sun, because that's the evidence of what is stalking with the fake sun when you have light that is not sunlight all over and on the inside, because this is my shadow here that's also not sunlight. The entity is amplifying ongoing noise. AVANATH Capital Management is going to be prosecuted for engaging in an egregious sex offense of its occupants while stalking them. And this is the absurdity of the corrupt companies that are gang stalking, and it's entirely demonic. They're going to be prosecuted for terrorism of its own occupants, and it's in violation of the Violence Against Women Act while its residents are gang stalking the occupants. That's what the demon in Unit 51, the demon in Unit 55 are sharing in, intentionally and knowingly and maliciously and continuously and obsessively in a supernatural environment. These are demon-possessed stalkers who are also sex offenders doing the same thing moments ago while my panties were down and my legs were spread open. These same sex offenders salivating and worshiping my genitalia, sharing in a sex offense as well in doing so. This is what the city of Ontario is obsessed with. That's why there's a whole fake sun over this specific building in Ontario, and it's not over Los Angeles, over me in Alvarado Gardens. That's not the natural environment that I documented at this time of year on this day, including at the same time because the sun was rising and setting over me at Alvarado Gardens, where LAPD were stalking, just like the Ontario Police is stalking in the city of Ontario with the demon-possessed population at Woodside Senior Apartments as an ongoing government program of criminal surveillance. Okay, amplified booming occurring with simultaneity to capturing this video, capturing images. These are the mentally ill demons who are going to mental asylums. Remember the demons in Unit 41, they're going to mental asylums while they're still gang stalking, still engaged in criminally interfering with quiet enjoyment, still stalking amongst impossible light activity, engaging in what is psychological torture while they are simultaneously being prosecuted. That's why they're going to a mental asylum. And it's the same for this psychopath that's on the opposite side of this bedroom wall, engaged in the incestuous sex offense of monitoring the genitalia of the target individual who is a blood relative of her that she conspired to murder and kidnap. And this is amongst, again, the leaves. The dynamic light is the leaves that are blowing on the trees out here. That's impossible light activity. These are demons, and they're stalking under the fake sun. The entity is gang stalking with RGS, as you saw just the other day. 1 o'clock in the afternoon, and the fake sun is over the same apartment building. You saw RGS also gang stalking while the fake sun is rising on February 28, 2025, over the same exact apartment building. You are keeping the fake sun over the same apartment building at 8:56 in the morning when RGS is also gang stalking under that fake sun. They're doing so with impunity while they know that they're being documented as well, the same mental illness exhibited by the demon-possessed gang stalkers who are going to prison. It's not sunlight that would create the dynamic engineered light occurring underneath a patio structure where the leaves on the trees are blowing, and you can see that based on the shadow of the leaves appearing on here. That's speaking to the trajectory. That is the focus, the direction of light. That is not sunlight. And it's also not sunlight because you know that it's occurring in the impossible manner, such as underneath the patio structure. You also know that it's sunlight because it's that which is occurring on the inside of the apartment, creating things such as magnified shadows and coexisting with what is amplified noise. That's giving you context regarding the nature of the light, the amplified noise. The stalking by the state is speaking to the nature of the light. What am I getting to? The legal analysis for understanding gang stalking, where the fake sun is sitting over one apartment building all day long, you also know that that's not sunlight. Where the entity is keeping a fake sun over me, as I documented in Los Angeles, and there is an ongoing juxtaposition for the federal court to put everybody gang stalking at Woodside and the company itself in civil and criminal court. Okay, that's what's relevant when you're seeing the leaves on the trees creating what is dynamic engineered light on this patio glass door, which defies nature and science and common sense. Where the demons are intentionally surrounding me with amplified noise, The demons that are residing in this apartment are going to prison, okay? Gang stalking, right in a relevant position, all right? And doing so by virtue of placement in the path. This is not sunlight either, okay? You can literally see they're two different colors. This is the placement of engineered light for purposes of criminal interference with quiet enjoyment. AVANATH Capital Management, a gang stalking third-party corrupt company, is going to be civilly and criminally prosecuted. Daryl J. Carter has serious problems on his hands. I'm going to civilly and criminally prosecute and every other executive that is a gang stalker in California, where they are headquartered in what is Irvine. I'm going to prosecute them, and I'm going to prosecute all of their demon-possessed gang stalking residents who are all losing their housing under the Violence Against Women Act that they're in violation of at this HUD-regulated property or criminal surveillance. That is stalking, and federal stalking under Title 18 remains underway. That's not sunlight. That's the same dynamic light. The leaves on the trees are blowing, and it's occurring above my head. It's got, let me put my hand in it so that you can see. There's my hand. This is demonic, and this is where they're stalking me with ongoing amplified noise. This is psychological torture that's in furtherance of murdering someone. This is a program that a government practices when it's conspiring to steal from you, to murder you, to kidnap you, falsely depict you as being mentally ill when you don't have the evidence to prove that a bunch of demons, strangers, are stalking you. This is shade here. So you have what is just inexplicable concentrated light that's creating my shadow, again, above my head. This is the pattern of conduct. And the shadow of the trees appearing on the ceiling, it's not sunlight. It's the shadow of those trees appearing on the inside. That is gymnastic, reaching into a structure above the head. That's not sunlight, nor is that sunlight, nor is this sunlight. This is called stalking with light. All these demons in units 55 through 64 are going to prison. They're all going to prison, federal prison. She's going to a mental asylum. This family's going to a mental asylum. Tracy Banks is inside of her bedroom. She's going to a mental asylum. All right, and this is the entity that conspired to murder and kidnap me, steal my property, and falsely depict my character in doing so. All right, that's called malice. They're going to federal prison, and they're not going to be getting out either. And this is directly speaking to what Paul Leon is practicing as a corrupt mayor, what the population is practicing as a bunch of sex offenders. They're gang stalking by driving. Those are demons that are pacing in traffic. Okay, they're maintaining the elements of monitoring, and they're all engaged in what is a sex offense, monitoring my genitalia with a gang stalking mother, a predator. Okay, inside of the bathroom in this unit where ongoing surveillance is underway, and AVANATH is going to be prosecuted for it. It's currently 3:29 p.m. This is a pattern of conduct. Psychological torture by way of what is criminally interfering with quiet enjoyment. It's going to be a very hefty charge in civil court. It is pursuant to surveillance by a third-party commercial actor that's profiting and is facilitating federal group stalking monitoring, which is occurring in furtherance of murder. And AVANATH Capital Management is going to be punished with devastating damages, draining their pockets as well. It is, again, 3:30 p.m. This is documentation of impunity and malice. We're a bunch of sex offenders and a bunch of obsessed psychopaths, because that's what they are. They're demon-possessed, and I'm showing you their mental illness, and I'm showing you their obsession with me. While they are simultaneously being exposed and prosecuted, you are also thereby able to see and witness and analyze their mental illness. That's crossing path. Obsessed demons. They're going to prison. All right, the entity is gang stalking still on video. That's accomplished by driving under a fake sun and an engineered light. Where you see the light on the ceiling, that's how a population is maintaining elements. And they do the same thing when they know that my genitalia is exposed, and they're all obsessing and going in a frenzy when I'm nude as well. The population of sex offenders are going to be prosecuted. It's the city of Ontario. It's the state of California. This is AVANATH Capital Management under a fake sun at 3:30 p.m. All right, the sex offenders in units 33 through 64 are all going to prison and mental asylums, and they're not getting out. Okay, this is P.O.C.